Welcome to On the Chain.
So I wanted to throw this up first, kind of set the tone for the rest of this video here. And this was put out by John Deaton's Crypto Law, and somebody retweeted this, and it's just a really good reminder. How did this happen? The evidence has been referred to by Empowered US. Now the SEC OIG needs to act, connect to Congress, and demand they support an investigation, that they absolutely support this investigation. So let's take a look at what this is. Here it goes.
2017, when William Hinman was named Director of Corporation Finance at the SEC, he fought behind the scenes while in office to keep getting millions of dollars in payments from his old law firm, Simpson Thacher. Hinman was warned repeatedly that this meant if he did anything as a public official that affected Simpson Thacher, he'd be breaking the law. Simpson Thacher joined the enterprise Ethereum Alliance, a group with the sole mission to promote Ethereum, while paying Hinman millions. In 2018, Hinman gave a high-profile speech declaring that Ethereum's digital token, Ether, is not a security.
We believe current offers and sales of Ether are not securities transactions.
The price of Ether immediately took off.
That was after the comments by the SEC. So interesting market action there, right?
Yeah, so interesting. Isn't that funny? Interesting market action. Yeah, it is very interesting market action. Look at that. That is a hockey stick. That's what we always want to see. That's what we love to see with, I don't care what cryptocurrency you hold. I don't care if it's a meme, coin, whatever. That's exactly what we want to see. We want to see that straight to the moon. And it's funny. He's like, oh, incredible market action, right? But don't worry. Those were personal opinions. He wasn't speaking on behalf of the SEC or anything. Let's listen to the rest of this here.
Right. Whoa.
Did William Hinman break the law? Federal rules say that even the appearance of a conflict is a serious violation by public officials. How did this happen? Why was Hinman allowed to promote Ether in a speech given his financial conflicts? And how did a speech involving so much of the SEC staff that was certain to move the crypto markets fail to be screened for conflicts that would have been found with a single Google search? The crypto markets are in turmoil, and investors don't feel protected. How can we have confidence in the SEC if conflicts of interest are left unchecked? It's time for an investigation. A watchdog organization, Empower Oversight, has sent a formal referral of evidence on Hinman to the SEC's Inspector General. Now they need to act. Only Congress has oversight on the SEC. Demand your lawmakers support an investigation. Connect to Congress today.
And there you go, right there. So yeah, connect to Congress. This is why I recommend, if you probably many of you have, but I would recommend this. And you know, you have other friends and crypto friends, and maybe they're not necessarily, you know, maybe Ripple, the company they have zero interest in. Maybe they don't care about the digital asset XRP, but this affects all of us. This affects this is gonna, when this thing drops, it's gonna have large, far-reaching tentacles. And regardless of what you hold, tell your friends, hey man, just go ahead, connect to Congress. You should be concerned about this. CoinDesk put this one out here, and I've got the video for you. And this is Brad Garlinghouse here. This was a little bit ago. I think it was last week he was talking. But let's watch this video, because how much, if you ask yourself, how much does Ripple have invested in fighting the SEC here since they dropped the case in late December of 2020? Well, you're about to find out. Let's throw this movie up here, this little video here.
Line for me is, I feel like it looks good. In large part, I think it's very clear, and the more that has come out, the facts are on our side, and I think it's more and more clear the law is on our side. But we have spent, I mean, one of the things when this is all said and done, I mean, we will have spent over $100 million on legal fees.
What? Over $100 million in attorney fees when it's all said and done. Now, the funny thing about this is over 100 million USD. That's a lot. And this is what, you know, when it comes to the SEC, they have an endless pocket, right? They have an endless budget. Of course, they have to go beg from Congress, but they've got a big budget for enforcement. And this is how they crush a lot of companies. They will crush you because they will delay, and they will crush you because you don't have the legal defense to fight them. And you may just settle, you may bend. Not Ripple. No way. This is full samurai warrior, and they're going after them.
Fighting the SEC. And the dynamic there is, in my opinion, the SEC bullies companies into settlements because they can't afford to fight. And the reason I think this fight is so important isn't just for Ripple, it's really for the whole industry. It was literally 4 years ago this week that Bill Hinman, the director of corporate finance at the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, gave a speech saying that ETH was not a security. And by the way, let me be clear, I do not think ETH is a security. I don't think XRP is a security. But at the time, we viewed this as, isn't it great that 4 years ago, we're starting to provide some leadership and some clarity. And I viewed this as actually a very positive sign. I remember there's emails which now the SEC has read from our internal documents where I sent the team a note saying, hey, this is great news. We now have clarity of how the SEC is thinking about this. And they used some parameters around decentralization and what have you. And look, the fact that 4 years have gone by and we still don't have clarity about how the SEC is going to say what is and is not a security. And worse, actually, now the SEC, the current chair, Gensler, is really walking back the statement around ETH, and that he has been asked directly, is ETH a security? He won't answer the question. Like, how can we be competitive in the United States in an industry where a primary regulator will not provide that clarity?
Well said, Brad Garlinghouse. Very well said indeed. It is funny, won't provide the clarity, but don't worry. Gary Gensler's gone on a limb and said that, well, Bitcoin is not a security. Well, thanks. What about the other ones? Doesn't want to tell us. And I saw this quote right here, and this Status quoted. He sent this out. Status is a great guy. Puts out a lot of great stuff. But this quote right here is really, really poised. It's a quote from David Schwartz. Obviously, he's a chief tech officer over at Ripple Labs. He said, "We are in the middle of rebuilding the financial system, and Ripple is poised to figure out where the interesting things are." Yeah, they are. And they certainly are building something big, nothing small, talking about rewiring. And they've said before what their intentions are, and it's not a small task whatsoever. And then Cat Stryker put this out over here. This is in front of the SEC in downtown LA. And you can see this right here. There it is right there. So plastered all over the window. Look what you have there. The SEC is complicit. They put Gensler and Hester Peirce over here. They're complicit with Wall Street crimes. Taxpayers pay. SEC helps Wall Street rob retail. Hashtag SEC is not for retail. SEC protects the 1%. The SEC is not for retail. And the taxpayers pay per year to the SEC a ton of money. So anyway, that's funny that that's in front of the LA SEC. But again, not probably just a satellite office, doesn't have as much teeth as if it was in the DC office, but doesn't matter. The bottom line is that all of this is great stuff.
Are you down with OTC? Please like, subscribe, and click the bell to be notified when the next video drops.